All right, let's dive in. If you've ever wanted to get into coding, but had no idea where to even begin, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're not just going to write some code. We are kicking off your very first quest into the world of Java. So, let's get started.
Every great adventure needs a map. And hey, here's ours. We're going to start with why Java is our language of choice. Then we'll gear up with the right tools, write our very first program, actually bring that code to life, and then we'll look ahead at what's next.
So, first things first, out of all the programming languages out there, and believe me, there are a lot, why are we starting with Java? And that's a really good question. The answer, really, is all about power and possibility. What makes Java such a great starting point really comes down to a few key things. For one, it's one of the most popular languages on the entire planet, which means you've got this huge community and tons of jobs. It's also super versatile. You'll find it powering everything from Android apps to huge, complex company-wide systems. But its real magic, its motto, is write once, run anywhere. What that means is the code we write today could run on a Mac, on a Windows PC, on a Linux machine without changing a single thing. And for a developer, that is a huge deal. Okay, so we know why we're here. Now it's time to gear up. Just like any adventurer getting ready for a journey, we need the right toolkit. This step is all about getting the software we need so we can actually start building. And look, the setup is actually pretty straightforward. It's just 3 simple steps. First, we're going to grab the Java Development Kit, the JDK. That's the core toolbox. Second, we'll pick our digital workshop called an IDE, which just makes writing code way, way easier. And third, we'll create the actual project that's going to hold our new code. That's it. So what is this JDK thing exactly? Well, think of it like your essential programming toolbox. It has everything you need: the tools to write the code, the compiler that translates what you write into something the computer understands, and the environment to actually run it. Bottom line, if you want to write Java code, you absolutely need the JDK. Now, this slide breaks down a really common point of confusion. On the right, you've got a regular user. They just want to run a Java program, maybe a game or some app. All they need is the basic JRE, the Java runtime environment. But us, we're on the left. We're the developers. We need the full workshop, the Java Development Kit, because we're the ones who are going to build the stuff for everybody else. Next up is our workshop, the IDE. Now, you could technically write code in a simple notepad program, but an IDE is like having a super smart assistant. It colors your code to make it easy to read, it suggests how to finish lines you're typing, and it helps you hunt down mistakes. If you're just starting, I'd really recommend checking out IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition. It's totally free, and it is incredibly powerful. Okay, our tools are ready. It is finally time. We are going to write our very first program. And I want you to think of this code less like a script and more like your first magic spell, an incantation that's going to make the computer do exactly what you tell it to. And there it is in all its glory, the classic Hello World spell. Now, I know, it might look a little intimidating right now, but don't worry. We're about to go through this piece by piece so every single part of it makes perfect sense. Let's start at the very top. That first line, public class hello world, is basically just creating a container for our program. In Java, all of your code has to live inside something called a class. You can just think of it as a blueprint for what the program is going to do. We just made a public blueprint and called it hello world. Okay, now this next line, this one is super important. This is what's called the main method, and it's the official front door to your program. When you tell the computer to run your code, this is the exact line it looks for to get started. Pretty much every standalone Java program has one of these. And finally, we get to the action. This is the command that actually does something. It tells the system to go to its output and print a line of text that says hello world. And that little semicolon at the end, it's just like the period at the end of a sentence. It tells Java, okay, this instruction is finished. So, we've written the spell. We understand what the words mean. Now comes the best part, the most satisfying part of this whole quest, bringing our code to life. This is that moment of truth where we see our instructions actually work. So, how do we do it? Well, inside our IDE, it's usually just a click or two. First, we build the project. This is where the IDE translates our human-friendly Java code into something called bytecode. It's a special language that the Java virtual machine can understand. Then, we just hit run. And just like that, you did it. Seriously, if you saw Hello World pop up on your screen, you are officially a Java programmer. Take a second and enjoy that. You gave the computer a command and it listened. That's a huge first step.
Of course, every great quest is going to have some obstacles, and programming is definitely no different. Now that you've got your first win, let's talk about the challenges you're bound to face and look ahead to the next adventures on your journey.
Think of this as your field guide to common problems. You will run into errors, and that is 100% okay. Syntax errors, for example, are usually just a tiny typo, like you forgot a semicolon or curly brace. Class path issues just mean your JDK isn't set up quite right in your IDE. You'll run into others later on, too. The real key isn't to never make mistakes. It's to learn how to read the error messages and figure out the puzzle.
So where do you go from here? Well, your next quests are already waiting for you. You'll start learning about variables, which let you store information, then control structures, so your programs can make decisions, and eventually the core idea of object-oriented programming that really makes Java so powerful. There's a whole world left to explore. And we'll end on this thought. Today, you took control of your computer, and you made it communicate a simple message. And that right there, that's the fundamental building block for everything else. So the real question isn't about what you've just done, it's about what you're going to do now. What problem are you going to solve? What will you make your computer do next? And that's our look at your first Java program. A huge thanks to Assignment OnClick for the source material that made this whole explainer possible. Happy coding!